Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods Expert Remastered. So since last episode, I have been very busy building, as you can tell. A lot of this stuff is just framing, so it's not cleaned up yet. But probably my favorite thing that I was working on was the bee building. And I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Now, I haven't finished it all the way around. It's mainly the front section that is like done. Like that's done. But over on the sides, I haven't done the windows yet, as well as the back. I haven't even put in this upper section. So I actually spent it's probably about an hour and a half or something like that working on this, and and trying to get it exactly how I wanted it. So it did take a little while. The upper section, I am going to do carpet up here. So just a heads up, it's not going to stay just Darkstone up here. But I did spend a little bit of time working up here. I added some of the sphere lights like I used on Qantas from Architecture Craft, and they kind of look like little globes. So I think they fit very nicely up here. And then I added a little bit of greenery, and also these are the decorative Abyssal Craft statues. We've got a couple Azathoth statues, and then over here I have a couple Nether Lotep statues. So that's what it looks like from the outside right now. Like I said, this upper section's not totally done yet. Also right here, of course, is going to be elevators that come up. And I still have a bit of work to do here inside of this. So, but I did spend a bit of time working on that, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. It's fun. So that's kind of like a theme that we're going to be, like this build right here is kind of a theme that we're going to be using around the base when it comes to doing some detail work throughout. Also right here, I added a bit of these runestone Corinthian capitals, and I'm going to be doing those decorative Abyssal Craft statues around the garden areas and stuff. And I was going to add some lushness, but I didn't get quite around to it. Also, actually, right after last episode, I crafted a builder, as well as a shape card. Shape void card. So this thing is not terribly expensive. I did have to make one new alloy that we hadn't made yet. And that is this haste alloy. I don't think we've made it, have we? Not that I can recall, but the name is really familiar, but... So anyways, yeah, I made some haste alloy, and so we could get a builder, just so I could start cleaning this stuff up. It does eat through a lot of power, but luckily our power is like free at this point. Honestly, I think the worst part is just moving the energy cubes up here each time. That's probably about the worst. I need to increase their capacity. And then I started bringing these forward. So in framing in this front section, I will say this is going to be, there's going to be an exit here. Both sides are actually going to have an exit. And this one is going to kind of have like a little overlook, and I'll do a little bit of stuff up here. And it'll kind of overlook the entrance. And then out here, I've got to run the builder through here and clean out this. I'm going to keep, like down here, one thing I loved is this, to do like a gate. But I am going to open this section up a bit, and I'll actually probably shift the little entrance over to the right a little bit so it's a little bit more centered. And then I'll start working on the entryway down here. And then we'll have like little open sections there with some stuff. And then in the center here, I started working on this, and this is just bare framing right now. I mean, this whole front section is pretty much just bare framing. But this is going to be like the central building on this upper section that rises up, and then up here it's actually going to get a lot smaller, and it's going to kind of have like a tower that comes up. And I decided that's where our house is going to be. Like our actual bed is going to be up inside this tower, and then probably at the top of that tower is going to be our, once we get to Draconic Evolution one day, our energy storage sphere up there. So yeah, I've been working on that. And then over here, I've actually cleaned up the snow on this side. I haven't cleaned up the snow on that side, but over here I did more framing once again. And then I'm actually going to put a bridge that connects over to here. And I was going to go work on the astral sorcery area, but then I decided, you know what? I don't actually want our astral sorcery stuff there. We might use that area temporarily until we get enough starlight, like starlight collectors to actually utilize it at our base. But we're going to have a bridge come across, and this isn't necessarily going to stay marble pillar. I actually ran out of marble when I was building this. and ended up just using marble pillars because we had those lying around. Now we have lots of marble. We have like 1,800 because I just went out and actually cleaned up my bag since last episode. And I went up and I just filled the bag up. Took down I dismantled two of those, the really large astral sorcery structures. Dismantled those, and we got plenty of marble now. But anyways, this is going to lead up, and there's going to be a little path that kind of runs around and then up the mountain. And then right up here is actually going to be all of our astral sorcery stuff. Or, at least the majority of it. So that way it's kind of overlooking that little area down there. And I'll probably actually clean that lake up and make it more like a lake, and kind of spruce it up a bit. So, there is snow up here. I do actually like the snow up in the astral sorcery area, but I am going to make it so that the snow doesn't cover the ground everywhere around our astral sorcery stuff. So, as time goes on. Also, I moved our light wells up here, and I added fluid transfer nodes that just pump out. I haven't actually ran them. This is our 5 buckets of liquid starlight from when they were over there. But I do have that set up, and I moved some marble up here as well. So, that's what I've been working on. I literally, let's see, yesterday, I'm actually recording this the morning that it's supposed to come out because I got tied up building and lost track of time and just kept on building, and then I was like, okay, I need to get everything prepped for this episode. I did prep some alveary blocks and everything, but yeah, I was just so spaced out building. I literally ran through like 4,000 at least like 4,000 marble and darkstone in like the course of a day, not to mention a bunch of glass and everything else. So yeah, it's a big build, but I want to get that front cleaned up and everything and all that. But yeah, so anyways, we're going to be working on astral sorcery today because I was thinking we could get our apiaries today, but there is one thing that I did not think about, and that is the otherworld leaves. To get those, I forgot that, well, actually, we just pull up standing stone. The attuned standing stone, we are going to have to use these to get the sprites that we need. And the attuned standing stone, I didn't think about it taking Dawnstone. I was thinking it just took the Starmetal. Dawnstone, a little bit more involved to get that. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just a little bit of embers, but I don't know if we'll get the apiary or the industrial apiary today, because we're probably going to be working on astral sorcery for the most of the day. So we have to get up to Starmetal. We have to get Starmetal ingots, and yeah, we need to start working on some astral sorcery stuff. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is, let me actually pull astral sorcery back up here. And it is time that we upgrade from the luminous crafting table. We need to move into the starlight crafting altar. Okay, this is marble pillar, chiseled marble pillar. And that's why I brought all this marble up here, because we tend to use it a lot. I also brought some coal to make sooty marble as well. So 2 chiseled marble, 4 marble pillars. I'm just going to set this up like right here for right now. And you'll notice that we have plenty of starlight here. Now, it is possible that when we move into kind of like the tier 2 stuff, the starlight crafting altar, it is possible that we're not going to have the starlight that we need. So if that's the case, what we're going to do is use that really nice area that has the heavy starlight. We'll use that area, and then later on, I mean, once you get a little bit farther in astral sorcery, it doesn't matter. You pretty much you can make all the starlight that you need. Alright, so there we go. We'll just right click that and get that crafting. There we go. Alright, and your vision expands. You learned more about attunement. And you'll notice that the crafting altar has changed now. We have a 3x3, but then we have corner slots. And that is, that's more advanced stuff. And you'll notice that we have plenty of starlight at the moment. Alright, and then if we want to, we can pick this up and move it. It's upgraded now, so that's good. Now to actually use this thing, let's zoom in here, and we have to build a multi-block. So it's laid out like that. I wish that you could actually place this like as a design on the ground, but alright, I guess we're going to start. It's a 9x4x9, And so we're going to start with, I guess, these blocks here. Let me grab these. And I tell you what, for right now, I'm going to actually toggle... Okay. I know weather clear works, so I'm going to turn off the snow, just so it's a little bit easier to see. I know Sphere would always... I'll let it... I won't think about it, because, you know, normally in my single-player worlds, I'm not really in creative, or have creative access, so I always forget to toggle that off when I'm recording. Severe always reminds me, and then I always forget. So... Alright, so let's lay this out, and I think what we're going to do is have it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think if we have it in there, I mean, I have to cut off the corner blocks, but I'm just kind of laying this out, planning at the moment. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll have it like right in there, I think. I think it'll look good. Okay, and then we need to get ourselves some marble pillars, and I think it's like, is it 12, or is it just, no, yeah, no, it's not. That's fine. Anyways, I'm going to grab like 12 of them. We're going to need 8 of this chiseled marble, and this goes right there, right there, right there, right there, and then what is it, 2? Yeah, 2 pillars, and then chiseled marble on top of that. So let's go ahead, 2, 2, 2. I love these big altars that Astral Sorcery has. Like, just the big multi-blocks they've got. It's just kind of nice. I love the big altars, and they're actually really pretty. Of course, marble and sooty marble and all that stuff just looks so good. That's one thing about this mod, is it is beautiful. Okay, and then we need to do marble bricks. And these are going to go 2, 3, and then one in the middle there. And then that. And then the rest of it's all just sooty marble. And the center of it, the bottom center is, yeah, sooty marble. Okay. I'm going to need just a little bit more. Let me get one more craft of this. Having all this marble on hand, since we don't have like refined storage or AE2 system at the moment, is quite handy. It's quite handy, because you use so much marble for like different stuff. And then we'll take our Starlight crafting altar, put that right in the center, and there we go. That multi-block is done, and if we open this, you can see now instead of having that red bar, we have actual Starlight. You know, it was showing up red because the multi-block wasn't formed. Now the multi-block's formed. So, and that's actually, I don't think that's too bad for it being midday. So, and considering we haven't really got into like the Starlight relays and whatnot. Okay, so now that that's done, if we take a look here, if we back out of there, now there is still some stuff that we could make out of this, like spectral relays, hand telescopes, the grindstone. We'll get into that stuff later, though, because I don't feel like it's really necessary right this second. But we have this new system, the attunement system. You'll notice there's a lot of stuff in this one. But what we're going to do is we need to start working on making Starmetal. Okay, so we're going to need to make a few things here to get our first bit of Starmetal. The first thing is a lens, and then we are also going to want a linking tool. This requires a couple aquamarine and wood sticks. Okay, and then the lens requires a little bit of gold. Alright, so let's pop down here. Let me go grab a few things. And it's actually just about to be night, which is perfect. That is perfect. So for right now, the making Starmetal is a little bit more involved. Later on, it's going to be a whole lot easier once we can do our own collection crystals. But right now, that is not the case. Let me get 20 aquamarine. I'm just going to grab all of that and just take it up there. And then I'm going to grab, there's a stack of sticks. There's a stack of wood. There's a bit of gold. And I'm actually going to want a cave illuminator as well. But I need to get some more rock crystal, that's right. It's actually not too expensive though. And, oh yeah, did I need glass? I'm sure I need glass lens. Glass panes. Okay, let me go grab those as well. Almost forgot about that. I'm going to turn off that snow as well, just for you guys. So it's a little bit easier to see. Alright. There is our crafting table. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to want to get is... we're going to need... Actually, let me grab that. We're going to need a few more glass panes. We need to make ourselves some glass lenses. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And you'll notice, I mean, we have a decent amount of starlight here at night. And we have a decent amount indeed. Okay, that crafted all 3 of those. Those things aren't terribly expensive on starlight to make. And then we're going to need to get our lens, which is... I'm going to need a... I actually need to go see if I can find some more of that, because I'm going to need it for the cave illuminator. I want to get that today as well, because I want to get a magnum torch. I definitely do. But I'm going to need a couple pieces of this runed marble. And then that, a couple pieces of wood. Then we're going to need our glass lenses, aquamarine, and then what goes in the center? Gold. Okay. And there we go. And we'll just right click that. And that's going to get our lens crafting. There we go. We got 2 lenses. And then we're going to want to get ourselves a linking tool. There it is. Okay, so... Oh, I'm going to need more rock crystal for that. Alright, let's see if we can find some rock crystal ore. Actually, now that I think about it, they gave us some rock crystal ore, didn't they? I do believe for a quest, but there is some right here. Let me go ahead and just burrow down here. I believe we have a rock crystal ore that I didn't mine. It's over in the ores chest. So once we come back up, I'll go grab that as well. But okay, there we go. We got 3 rock crystals. Okay, so we need a rock crystal. We need a couple pieces of aquamarine. Sticks and wood. And we just need some sticks. And there's our linking tool. We'll go ahead and get that crafting up. There we go. Linking tool. And then for the cave illuminator, we'll go ahead and make this as well. That's going to take 2 rock crystals, 2 aquamarine. Starlight's starting to drop there. And then we're going to need 4 of that illumination powder. And then 4 runed marble. And then... There we go. And we'll right click that. And we'll get our cave illuminator. I'm actually really excited about this because not so much... It's a really cool block. Uh-oh. We can't craft it anymore. There we go. It's good timing because now it dropped below what we needed to craft that. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead, since I'm up here, since it's nighttime, I mean, they'll still run during the day, but I'm going to go ahead and throw those down, let them start making us some liquid starlight. So, alright, now that we've got that stuff, let's pop down here, and there's a couple things that I want to make. I think first and foremost, we're going to use our cave illuminator, because we're going to make something that is just crazy handy to have. By the way, I'm on the server right now with Severed, so I can't remember if I mentioned that earlier. But we are going to make ourselves a mega torch. Okay, 2 maple wood. Then we're going to need interdiction torches. Oh, do I have bat wings? I'm actually not for sure that I have bat wings. I may have to go hunt down some bats real quick. I mean, I've got the nebulous heart. Because really, these craft 4 at a time, so we really only need 1 craft of these. I've got the molten cores. I've got the everything for this, except the batwing. Okay, so let me go out and, well, actually, I tell you what. Let's pop up here, and I want to. First up, do I have a? Yeah, I have a rock crystal ore right here. I'm gonna go ahead and actually break that. There is 4 rock crystals. And then I want to get... I'm assuming Gothite is the one that we're going to use for transmutation. Oh, by the way, the mutating frame. That's something I totally forgot to mention. That quest is done. Oh, and we've been knocking out astral sorcery quest. Anyways, the mutating frame, enchanted book, and the 8 solidified experience. We'll go ahead and get that, and that means apiary aspirations is done. 100% done. It is a mending book. I'm going to stick that right there for right now. Not that, though. Throw that in there. And then in addition, Astral Beginnings. Oh, wow. We've knocked out, like, most all of this. So first up, make a glass lens. They're going to give us an aquamarine. Tier 2 crafting altar. They're going to give us a luminous crafting table. It's funny because it says Tier 2 crafting, but it says that this is the Tier 3 crafting. I don't really count the vanilla crafting table. That's just me. But, yeah. So I guess technically we made the Tier 3 crafting. But anyways, and then a lens for crafting that. We get a rock crystal ore. And it did say that we need the gothite ore for that. Okay, and let me pop up there. Let me dump all this astral sorcery stuff into our little astral sorcery chest real quick. I'm going to keep that wood on hand up here just because we'll probably end up crafting more lenses, in truth. So, might as well. And I'll stick that luminous crafting table into there. And, yeah, we need the rest of the stuff. Okay, so what we need to do is... Let me grab this. And we need to go find one of the astral sorcery buildings. Now, it doesn't have to be intact. Ideally, it will not be intact. Because we want our... we want the crystal inside to be able to see the sky. Okay? So let's just head out over here. I've got... Is that all the torches that I've got? We'll do this first. Well, actually, there's a little cave right here. I'm going to pop inside, maybe. Because I'm looking for a bat as well. Among everything else that we're doing. Oh, you know what? I was flying over here to our astral building. There was a mob spawner. Right there. I'm going to go ahead and mark this. Well, you know what? Actually, I don't really have any need for the spawner itself. We're going to break it and get the broken spawner. Because I know we will have uses for that. I'll take the music disc, the mana in a bottle. There's a lot of iridium in this. Like a whole lot. Go ahead and break that. Okay, we got a broken zombie spawner. Good. Good stuff. Alright, and nighttime has come. Looks like... No, it's daytime. Never mind. It always looks nighttime in the Darklands, so... Here we go. And you'll notice the astral building is gone. I destroyed that a long time ago. Okay, so what we're going to do... I just mined up a bunch of cobblestone. Let's grab that. That. Kind of excited about all that iridium. And what I want to do is I just want to block this in. So we'll do... Actually, I did make a building wand. The builder requires a building wand, so I just made 2 of them whenever I made that. I just need to pop inside of here. And get this roof built out real quick. There we go. That's much better. Okay, let's light this up real quick. And then I just have to deal with these guys real quick. Alright, I got one little spot here. Okay, and we want this floating crystal to be able to see the night sky, so I'm just going to open that up. And then we'll fix that back. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this in just so we don't have spiders popping in. Okay, there we go. Now we have like a little indoor area that we can use. And that. Okay, I'm going to pull this crafting table up. Okay, and where the floating crystal's at, it's going to block any mobs from being able to drop in here. And it should be able to see the sky. Everything should work good. I swear it rains like every single day on here. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to set up our lenses. And we're going to set one down like right there. And then we're going to use our linking tool. Right click the... Yeah, right-click that, selected collector crystal, right-click the lens, linked collector crystal to lens, and you can see there's a little visual there. And then what we're going to do is take, and we'll set our goethite down, right-click the lens, right-click the goethite, and it's going to start sending that over, and you'll see some particle effects. Okay, and this is going to take a minute. It's going to take a little bit for that to change over. Actually, see what we got here, because I left some stuff back here. Oh, it's already converted. There we go. Our first Starmetal ore, and then I can just put another one right there, and you can see, I mean, it's linked to that spot, not that specific ore, so we can keep just replacing them down and keep changing this stuff over. And there we go. There's another Starmetal. I'm going to convert a few of these. I mean, technically, to make the apiaries, right? The industrial apiaries. For this, we're going to need, or I'm sorry, the mundane stone. We've got pretty much everything except for the otherworld leaf to make our apiary, but the mundane standing stone, I mean, not mundane, I'm sorry. The attuned, actually, let me get this. It doesn't take too long to change it over, but it does take a little bit. The attuned standing stone, we're going to need 1 Starmetal per attuned standing stone. We're going to need at least 4 attuned standing stones. And then in addition, we're also going to want, like if you take a look at Starmetal, I'm sorry, Stardust is the other thing. Starmetal, we're going to need this for the CAD to start Psi, which is going to allow us to move towards blood magic. So that's going to be good. And actually get the runic altar as well. You know, we had to get Starmetal for that. So we're kind of killing a couple birds with one stone here. The mana pylons require Starmetal, and then, of course, quite a bit of stuff related to the astral sorcery. But then in addition, Stardust itself, we're going to need that. So I want to get a decent amount of this while I'm over here. We've got 10 pieces. I mean, really, that's plenty for right now, but I'm going to grab just a few more pieces, then I'll be back. I'm thinking maybe get at least like 20 or 30 while we're here. Maybe a half stack would be okay. So that way we've got it, and we don't have to come back out here for a little while to get more. And I'll tell you one thing I am going to do is we'll go ahead and just claim this little spot out. Just so if a creeper drops in or something, it's not going to blow it up. Because until we get the ability to make the Starmetal back at our base, we'll use this little area. I may look and see if I can find a closer one, because I'm pretty sure there's probably closer altars. This is just the one that we were using. So we may set up in a closer one, we'll see. But I am going to leave the lens that's here, I'm just going to leave it here. Okay, we got a half stack of Starmetal ore, which is great. And I'll tell you what, actually, let me leave, like in this little chest here, I'm going to leave like a half stack of goethite. So if I come back, I don't have to worry about bringing that with me. So, and we're going to head back home. Alright. So now that we've got that Starmetal, I am going to take just a few pieces here, and we're going to smelt it up. Actually, the quest book gives us, if we get 4 pieces, they give us 2 more. So let's go ahead and, there's really no way to like double this or anything, so we'll just go with our 4 pieces for now. And actually, since we're on the topic of Starmetal, one thing I am going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make the grindstone. This is marble, a couple planks, and sticks. Okay, so there we go, and that's going to complete that quest. Dun-dun-dun, and we get 2 more Starmetal ingots. Okay, and then let's pop up here. I want to make a grindstone real quick, and we'll make our first little bit of the star dust. Just for the sake of making it, but... Okay, so the grindstone was marble there, planks, sticks. I actually feel responsible for Zavir dying right there, because I was like, I'm going to do some astral sorcery stuff, so if you don't mind sleeping, or not sleeping, I shot my skeleton again. To be fair, those skeletons actually hit pretty hard. Of course, I'm, like, look at my armor. I'm not even wearing pants right now. I'm terrible. I'm going to put this stuff up. I actually need to upgrade the size of this table. Alright, but we got our grindstone, and I'm just going to set this down right here for right now. Alright, but then we can take Starmetal and just right-click that, and then just right-click this. It's going to grind up that Starmetal ingot, and we'll get our first little bit of Stardust. Shift right-click, and there we go. 1 for 1. So, alright, but now that we've covered that, I just wanted to go ahead and cover how to make the Stardust. I don't have any particular use for it right this second. I mean, there's some wands I could make, but that would be kind of useful, but I don't really need them right this second. Probably in the near future we'll make some of those. But I need to go get a Batwing. The Starmetal, by the way, that's just the first step towards making our standing stones. We're also going to have to get Dawnstone in addition. Ender Shards, that's easy. Runestone is easy. Dawnstone's not too bad to make, but we do have to do a little bit more progression to get to where we can make those. But the nice thing is, in truth, a lot of stuff as far as progression, or not even so much progression, just stuff that we want to be able to make, is tied into astral sorcery. And so getting this stuff out of the way and getting into astral sorcery, it's going to help quite a lot. Alright, so anyways, I'm going to wander around in these caves for a little bit and see if I can find a bat and get a Batwing. So I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, finally got a Batwing. It actually took about 8 bats to get one to finally drop. So what we're going to need to do, the Mega Torch requires Interdiction Torch, Molten Core, Nebulous Heart, and a Blaze Rod. Not a problem. Molten Core, Nebulous Heart, Blaze Rod, and we'll get our 4 Interdiction Torches. And the nice thing is that one crafted that, we'll be able to make 2 Mega Torches if we so desire. And then we're going to need some blocks of gold, and we're going to need some torches. Let's go ahead and get those. And what was it? 2 pieces of wood, and I think that's really it. So 1, 2. Okay, and then we're going to need to make ourselves this, which takes 2 of these tri-torches. There we go. And then we're going to need 7 pieces of iron. And we're going to get our torch placer from Steve's Carts. And then our Mega Torch. There we go. Bum-ba-bum. Alright, and now we can put this thing down, and I'm actually going to set it, I kind of want it centered on the base, which this is the rear. If we set it like right over, I think we'll put it right over here, like just down in the floor, like that. I had to go get a flint and steel, but I lit it back. I don't know why it went out like as soon as I placed it. I'm not used to it doing that, but anyways, we'll go ahead and light it back, and that should stop mobs from spawning all within this area. Because I actually want the top of this to be dark, so if you're like outside, you're flying above, I mean, it looks a bit more natural. So there's like light on the inside through the windows, but the top itself is dark. And honestly, some of these hills, some of these little places like that, I don't want them lit up like 24/7. So getting that Mega Torch is going to help out so much. And then in addition, we shouldn't have any more visitors dropping by to annoy us. You know what? Actually, I just double checked. I was thinking it was bigger than that. It's a 32 block radius. Oops, is the default for this. So I may actually need to move this more up here for right now. So I think for right now, I'm actually going to put it like right here, and I'll play around with it and see. I'll probably end up moving it somewhere else, but okay, it didn't go out whenever I placed it, but and that should, I think, probably keep this area cleared. I mean, there's still some mobs here, but it should stop the new ones from spawning, I hope. I may have to shift it or set up another one over there or something. 32 blocks is actually pretty big, but for this build, it's not it's not all that big, so that's okay. We'll just light up as we need. It's not terribly expensive. The worst is honestly the Batwing at this point. Okay, I actually just realized, like, I'm used to making Dawnstone through the stamping recipe with the Molten Dawnstone. But I just noticed that this has a tag saying the stamper base stooping fluids, so it has been disabled. So, and I noticed this, check out Dawnstone block recipes in JEI. Yeah. So we're going to have to use Starlight Transmutation, so we can go ahead and knock this out, actually. Let's get 2 more Mana Steel. No? Aha! Oh, that's right. We have to use Steel or Starmetal for this. I'm going to use... I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to use Starmetal because I've got it on me. It's about the same. At this point, it's about the same to make either one of them. So, there we go. There's 9 Mana Steel. The rest of that I've just gotten from chests. Like, we tend to get a decent amount of that. And we'll go ahead and make ourselves a block of Mana Steel. And now just have to fly out to our little astral area. So let me head over there, and then we'll get that made up real quick. And by the way, just as a heads up, one thing, it's a nice little glitch. If you use the glider, you'll notice like this is how fast you go when you're sprinting. I mean, it's a decent speed, but one trick you can do if you have slime boots is bounce first and then throw the glider on, and look at that. Like, it's a huge speed increase. So, like, traveling long distances with the glider and slime boots is super easy. And, I mean, you can use your jetpack in the process of, you know, gliding around or whatever, and it's still going to be very, very fast. So, like, it doesn't lose its speed, which is great. It's great. Okay, so let's put our block of Mana Steel down, and we'll get that converting. It should just take a second here, and we'll get our block of Dawnstone. That's actually way easier. Like, you don't even have to get into the stamper method, I guess. We still will be doing some embers. If nothing else, it'll be for decorative stuff, but we will be using it. So, there we go. Dawnstone ingots. Because if you watch my original All the Mods series, we had a nice little ember setup with you know, the ember bursts kind of traveling up a pillar. For decor, and we'll be doing some stuff like that around, having those ember bursts traveling around for decoration. So, but anyways, we got our Dawnstone, and that means that we can craft our pillars. So let me let me get another Starmetal here, and we'll go ahead and craft our standing stones. We're not going to use them until next episode, but we'll go ahead and get these crafted out. So, well, you know what? I'm actually going to need more. Whoops. I'm going to need more Dawnstone than that. I was thinking it was 1 per standing stone. It's not. It's 4. So we're going to need another block of Mana Steel, which is fine. I've just got to fly back out there and get that real quick. So, I need to make some more steel. Luckily with the arc furnace, it's like, I have plenty of coke dust up there. Already crushed up, so it doesn't take but a second to make steel. Like, it's so fast. No more blast furnace for us, which is the main thing. Okay, and then we're going to need to get ourselves 16 runestone blocks. And then all we need is the ender shards. I think I've got a glass cutter, right? Maybe not. Okay. So I'm going to need to make a glass cutter real quick. That is just iron and a stick. Could have swore I've got a glass cutter around here somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. There we go. And then we're going to just grab ourselves a couple ender pearls and cut those down. And there's some ender shards. Okay, and that's all we need to make our standing stones. So we can get those made, put those in, and then we'll be all set for, right at the start of next episode, start getting into sprites with the roots. And then we'll get our apiaries and get into those industrial apiaries and the upgrades that go with them. So, okay, so there we go. And then we'll lay out our runestone and our Starmetal. And let me grab the resonating wand. And of course we need 4 of these things. By the way, what does it take to make the, I think it's a attuned standing stone, right, to make these? Let's see, how many are we going to craft at once? 3 of them. And we got your very own hinge achievement. And, oh, you know what? They're going to give us an attuned standing stone, but that's okay. We'll need more of these because we're going to make the other versions. So we have 100%ed astral beginnings as well as apiary aspirations. So that is done. Tinkering is just mainly the osmiridium, and then I haven't made a silky jewel and a couple little things like that, which we'll get to that later. So we're getting into the last couple chapters, but I will say that once we finish progression, that's not going to be the end of the series, because there's still a lot, and this is actually a really fun pack, I feel like, so we'll keep doing a lot of stuff with it, but I'm not just going through the progression. Okay, so we got our attuned standing stones, as well as one extra. And then what we're going to do, we're going to come over here, and these go one out from the mundane standing stones, and we just have to do the cardinal directions. So just like this, and there we go. There we go, and that means that we have everything now so that we can get into sprites. And I mean, really, we could do this. It takes like 5 seconds to summon a sprite, but we're going to wait until next episode, because I want to keep the sprites. I don't want them to... you know, you can kill the sprites and get the otherworld leaves, or you can let them passively drop otherworld leaves. Kind of like chickens dropping eggs. It's kind of the same, you know, the same thing. And you can actually set a font down and keep your sprites in a location. We'll be getting into that next episode, because I do want to keep some sprites on hand and kind of have them as like, you know, they actually kind of fit this build, this upper section, this more like natural, almost like greenhouse look of it. And so I do want some fonts with sprites around through here for decor purposes. So we'll get into that next episode, and we'll get our industrial apiaries, and we'll set up some of those and get into upgrades for those. And which, I mean, like I said, we'll still be doing bees in the background, but as far as gendistry and bees for the moment, that'll be where we're trying to get to. You know, we'll have... we'll be setting really nice on that. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I feel like we got quite a bit done, and we were actually far enough in astral sorcery that we can get into psi now, which will lead us into the runic altar, as well as some blood magic stuff and all kinds of good stuff. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.